Hello, welcome to another plan with me. This week I'm memory planning October 20th to the 26th, and I'm using this kit from the Prairie Planner called Vampire. So right here I'm pulling in some Simply Gilded washi. This is the black with the white bows, and I just wanted to pull in some more black because there is black in this kit, but there's a lot of red, and I just wanted to kind of try to balance it out a little bit. And I do like it, but I just don't like that I cut it kind of lopsided on the right. You can see that the bottom washes are closer together than they are on the left side, and it was bugging me a little bit. I did try to use the weekend banner to cover it up, but I kind of still know it's there and it still kind of bugs me. But that's okay, it's fine. And here I'm just putting down the full boxes. I do love every single one of these full boxes. I always love the full boxes. I'm kind of debating the next time I order from her of maybe getting the tall faction boxes that you can put on the sidebar. I mean, you can put them wherever you want, but most people put them on the sidebar, and I've kind of been debating that. I mean, it's really not that expensive. I think it's just like an extra $2 or $3, and I'm like, I just feel like it would look really, I don't know. I would just feel like I'd have more options, but then I would have a hard time deciding which ones. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's not very important right now. I'm just thinking about it and looking at my planner. I do like this spread, and I do love how it turned out. And like I said, there's a lot more red than there is black, but I feel like it's balanced pretty well. I was also pretty happy too that I could pull in some Halloween stickers from my shops, like different character stickers and stuff. My shops. My shops. They're not my shops. Shops that I ordered from. You know what I mean. Sorry, that's just me over explaining again. I'm kind of just rambling nonstop about nothing, but I just finished having a big cry session just now. Like I just finished crying, so my voice is probably sounding nasally and stuff. So I don't know, maybe this is not the best time to do a voiceover, but I just wanted to do something to kind of keep my mind busy. I've just been feeling very emotional, so this is perfect. This will keep my mind busy, keep my mind focused, and have to be mentally ready for tomorrow because tomorrow's Monday and I got to start work again. So I might just get into the day by day because it looks like I'm pretty close to there anyway. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because all I'm doing here is just putting on the date covers. I do love the date covers. They remind me of, I don't know, they remind me of zombies or something. But yeah. So I'm just getting into the day by day, like I said. And this week I did something a little bit different than I usually do. I was putting down the top box and bottom box in each little section because I don't like how I spaced. Like I just try to wing my spacing, and so this week I was like, I want them to be spaced more evenly. So that might be kind of annoying how I do that. So I apologize if it is. Anyway, moving on to Monday. First thing I'm marking is that it is blah. It's Monday, so I'm using this Coffee Monster's co-emoji head to mark that. And then using the book sticker that came with a kit, I'm just marking that I read. And then I'm putting down a, what would you call that? Just like a little things. What would you call that? A little things label thing. I'm going to add to it later, but it's just something kind of private that I don't want to put on here, but I'm just, using that. And then using the flag and the computer monitor that came with the kit, I'm marking work. So this is what I mean. I'm putting them out of order. So hopefully that's not too confusing with what I'm saying. Moving on to the second half on Monday, the first thing I'm marking, the first thing in the second half is that I went for ice cream because I was very emotional this day as well. And then using that I was just having an awful emotional day, very emotional. It's like an emotional year or something, but I'm using this coffee. I think this is from Coffee Monster's co-emoji, or it could be a Once More with Love munchkin. And I think it was like a nightmare sticker, but I'm just using that to mark that I was just having an awful day. And then we went to get groceries, so I'm using the grocery cart sticker that came with the kit, and the TV icon that came with the kit to mark Billionaire's Bunker. I was still watching this show. I remember I said before that I wasn't really into it, or it was kind of dying down for me, but then it picked up again for me and I was just really into it. And I don't know if they're going to make another season, but I really hope they do. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I'm marking is that I read, and I'm using this emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then to mark work, I thought it'd be fun to pull in some Halloween stickers. So I'm using this character from Mixie Cat to mark that I went to work. And then I watched more Billionaire Bunker after work, so I'm using another TV icon from the kit. And then to mark that I was playing Superstore Stimulator, I'm using a controller from 3 Years Apart. And then we went for a walk that evening, so I'm using the shoe sticker that came with the kit. And then to mark that I read some more, I actually finished a book this day. I don't remember what it was, but to mark that, I'm using another Coffee Monsters Co. emoji, like a little ghost one. So cute. To mark them. And then to mark that I went to bed early, I'm using the bed sticker that came with the kit. Moving on to Wednesday, I'm using a bigger box. I wanted to use a bigger box because I always find that I make myself get stuck with the bigger boxes for Sunday and Saturday. Why did I say them out of order? I mean Saturday, Sunday, whatever. And so I decided that I wanted to try pull in the bigger boxes during the week. So all that to say is that I used a bigger box to mark that I read first thing in the morning, and I'm using this emoji from Coffee Monsters Co. with a little witch hat. And it looks like there's a little spider web on the book. It's so cute. To mark that I read. And then marking work, I'm using the laptop that came with the kit. And then after work, I came home to relax, and I'm using the couch sticker that came with the kit. And then to mark that I played more Superstore Stimulator, I'm using another controller from 3 Years Apart. And then to mark that I finished Billionaire Bunker this day, I'm using another TV icon. I am so mad at how they ended it. I don't even think they know for sure if they're getting picked up for a second season. It left it open-ended where it could get picked up potentially, but it's not confirmed. So I was kind of mad. And I read somewhere that they did that on purpose so you can kind of interpret your own ending. And, sometimes I don't mind that. But in this case, I wanted, I didn't like how it ended. But, yeah, whatever. And the last thing is I put a little hang in there. Munchkin from Once More with Love because, I was just having a rough week. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I'm marking is that I read, and I'm using this emoji sticker, like zombie-like sticker to mark reading. And then to mark work, I'm using another Mixie Cat sticker to mark that. And then this day I put together a shelf, so I'm using this cute little tiny hammer from Curls Creations. And then the second half of Thursday, I am marking that I watched The Simpsons, so I'm using a TV icon that came with a kit. And then I did a workout, not sure what I did, but some kind of workout. I'm using this Fox and Cactus sticker to mark that. And then to mark that I played more Superstore Stimulator, I'm using another controller sticker from 3 Years Apart. Moving on to Friday. First thing I'm marking is that I read, and I'm using another one of those emoji stickers with a witch hat. And then I had a therapy session, so I'm using these emojis from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark just talking with my therapist. And then I bought me and my husband McDonald's for lunch, so I'm using this Mixie Cat McDonald's sticker. And then to mark work today, I thought it'd be cute to use this Once More with Love Munchkin using a witch hat. And then, excuse me, to mark that I got my nails done, which are the nails that I have on right now, I am using the nail polish sticker that came with the kit. And then to mark getting Tim Hortons after that, I'm using the coffee cup that came with the kit. And then that evening, I made myself some spicy noodles, those stupid bulldog nudies. Oh my gosh. Noodles that I was obsessed with. Okay, I just need to take a little breather here. Those bulldog noodles that I was so obsessed with, I had some that day, so I'm using just the fork and spoon that came with the kit. And then to mark that I played more games, I'm using this controller sticker from 3 Years Apart. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so fast that I'm like slurring. Crazy. And I just realized that I'm still on top half of Friday anyways, fighting with this one label. So all that rushing for nothing. Goodness. I'm kind of like not watching my screen here at the same time. But yes, spicy noodles. They're so addicting. They're so good. I was going to buy some today, but I told myself, no, I need to get back on my health kick. I need to get back to walking and exercising more. I kind of fall off. I'm weird. Like I go for so long without doing it, and then I get back into it, and I just go so long for, I don't know. I'm weird. Not a healthy habit. It needs to be, I need to make it more of a lifestyle change, I guess is what they say. And look at that, my blabbing caught me up. Okay, so moving on to Saturday, first thing I'm marking is that I was just rotting in bed. I kind of hate that term, but at the same time, it kind of makes the most sense when you're just laying in bed not doing anything. And I'm using this sticker. I don't know where it's from. I cut off the top of the label, so I don't even know, but it's the Ring. I don't know, the scary movie Ring. So it's like, I forget what her name is, but she comes out of the screen. That's what that is there. She's coming out of the well. Using that to mark that I was rotting in bed. Gross, I know. Then I'm marking planning, and I'm using the planner kit that came with it. Planner sticker that came with the kit. And then to mark reading, I'm using another Modi sticker. And then to mark playing more games, another one of those 3 years apart stickers. Then to mark that my husband's soccer team was playing, I'm using a soccer ball that came from, I don't know what it's called. It's like Oana something. Oh no, I don't know. I literally had it in my head there for a second. I'm just lying. I don't remember, but I know it's like Oana something. And yeah, then to mark that we got Chinese food, I'm using this huge Happy Daya sticker, or Happy Daya. I'm not sure how you say it. Then the Oilers were playing, and I'm using a hockey skate that came from, I think it's Busy Bee Plants. And then that evening I watched the movie Straw, which I think is Tyler Perry that directed that. And yeah, it was pretty intense. I know it came out quite a while ago, but I just finally watched it. Then finally moving on to Sunday, the first thing I'm marking is that I did my laundry. So the laundry basket sticker came with the kit. And then to mark that I did a voiceover, I'm using this ghost face from the same sticker sheet, that the Ring girl is from, and I don't remember which shop that is, and I feel so bad because I have so many cool stickers from there. And then to mark that I did some work planning, I'm just using the pencil that came with the kit. And then to mark that we went for another walk this evening to look at Halloween decorations, I'm using the shoe sticker that came from the Prairie Planner. And then this evening I streamed, I don't know how to say that word. My native accent is coming out. I streamed, that doesn't sound right. I streamed a scary game. It's not even that scary, but I streamed a scary game because it's, Halloween vibes, whatever. So I'm using this Fox and Cactus Girl. And the final thing I'm marking is that I made tacos that were similar to the Taco Bell quesadilla crunch thing. They were so good. They were a little bit spicy, but other than that, they were so delicious. I had to turn that off because I just took a giant sneeze. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great week. Sorry this was such a mess. I just came from crying, so like I said, it wasn't the best time to be doing a voiceover, but I just needed to do something, I guess. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Bye.